There are only 10 days left to the reopening of the Yeung brothers' Manchester restaurant. The licensing magistrates are due to visit. It's their last before the relaunch, so the restaurant has to pass the inspection. The pressure is getting to the man in charge of the rebuilding work, Steve Wheeler.
We've been very apprehensive this week, worried about the visit, not convinced that we're going to be 100% ready for the magistrates. That's led to sleepless nights and a big knot in my stomach as I'm walking around and seeing things still yet unfinished.
Another cock-up. The granite that came for the floor was wrong, so they've had to change that. At least there has been a consistency throughout the job, that everything that's come on has had to be altered.
Jerry Yeung is normally cool in a crisis, but even he is getting frustrated.
It is so near, yet it is so far.
It's all hands on deck. One of Jerry's main design features, the basement staircase, is causing the biggest headache.
The problem is that it's not finished. And more than that, even when it is finished as the present state is wrong, because the design was the glass should have been fitted on this side, on the outside of the stairs, and then lit. The glass is etched with Chinese painting on it. It would be lit from underneath, right? But for some reason, the stair contractor misunderstood the instruction and has made the fitting on the inside of the stairs rather than on the outside. So there's nothing we can do now. I've got to wait until the glass arrives, and then I shall see whether there's any improvisation that one can think up.
Staff are trying to clean up while the building work is still going on. Meanwhile, Jerry's solicitor is on standby to present the case to the magistrates.
The work's now almost complete, so the object today is to greet the magistrates, to show them around and to persuade them that we will be ready within the next week, 10 days, to open the premises.
I don't think we'll get it, but we're probably 90% guaranteed provisional, which won't be too bad. That'll allow us another couple of weeks just to put the final touches in.
Hetty, the banqueting manager, is doing what he does best.
Yeah?
Meeting and greeting.
Hello, good morning. Other members of the committee. Morning.
The workmen, though, have been told to hide in one of the kitchens.
Hello?
Mr. Hayes and other members of
Mr. Hayes.
Hey, Peter. Going out of there because the magistrates are
and we're about a week away from being finished, so we're really...
Jerry's got to deal with the visit on his own. Conspicuous by his absence is the other restaurant owner, Harry, Jerry's older brother. He hates occasions like this. He's far happier in the kitchen.
Ready to trade.
If the count pulls all the way to the wall, you have a problem. That fridge, we're going to change it. A narrow one.
I would seriously think about this one as well if we can.
Because fridge space for the dim sum, this is your problem, not mine. Your problem. You're going to sort it out.
You have to live with it, Harry. I can fit it. You have to live with it.
No.
That's a poem. That's a town poem. A poem written in the 7th century.
What does it say?
What does it say? It's the sun is setting against the mountain, and the Yellow River flows towards the sea. If you want to see further afield, climb another flight of stairs.
Another flight of stairs, another floor. It's becoming obvious the restaurant's nowhere near finished. It's time to crack the whip.
And another thing is, you promised me and Jerry that you finished all the walk. How many walk you've been finished now? I mean, connecting.
All those are finished. We're moving upstairs now.
And what about up there?
Well, we're moving up there. We've done part of it.
You're not gonna go anywhere on the weekend if you don't finish all those walk.
I'll be here all weekend fitting them, keeping me. Right.
They're granted a temporary license and allowed a week to catch up.
Yes. But darker at the bottom and lighter and sort of fades into, yeah?
Like a sort of a sunrise, did you say?
Like a sort of sunrise, yes. I think they're very pleased with the progress that we've made, but I think they wanted to see everything completed. It's just that I think there are still a substantial amount of work to be finished. There will be another visit within next week or the next fortnight, once that date is set. A member of the team will come back and give the final blessing. The battle has been won, the war goes on.
The news travels fast in Chinatown. The community in Manchester is now 20,000 strong. One of the biggest outside of London, is still very close-knit. The Yeung brothers are one of the most respected families, not just because of their success, but also because of their involvement in community work here. Sunday's the day that Chinatown really comes to life. It's grown since Harry first opened the Yang Sing here in the 1970s. He struggled to buy a Chinese vegetable then. Now they grow them on Cheshire farms. The area is a vibrant and active business center.
The word travels, really. It's a very close-knit community. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody gets together. And there's the business association when all the business associates all get together and come up with whatever views we should enhance Chinatown to make it better.
Well, on a Sunday, a lot of Chinese people have most of the day off or the whole day off. They come out to buy shopping. They come out to meet up with friends in a restaurant to chat with them. The Chinese people also come out to see what's new, whether there's a restaurant opening or maybe something was advertised on the television Chinese channel recently, and they come out to see if they can find that new product and to sample anything new.
The Yeung brothers have seen their business empire grow with the expansion of Chinatown, and the reopening of the restaurant is a big event.
Very shrewd, but I think that's the way to achieve your goal. And it's one of the well established. They strive on quality and service. So I think everybody's jubilant that they open up again so soon. And good luck to them.
Sunday it may be, but there's no rest for Harry and Jerry's team.
This is the worst one and all.
Steve's got the job of putting the restaurant signs back up.
Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Nobody said it was going to be easy.
Hold it. Is that in? No, not you. The sign. Is it up? Oh, what's that? Stop!
That's got it.
Right, get your stick out. Get your stick out. Take your time.
They managed to put the first sign up the wrong way round. Jerry's not a happy man.
What'd you do that for?
Right, Harry.
2 minutes.
佢生整錯咗，而家要等你編。第二個咧，我就翻嚟嗰陣時，我話你知唔知你整錯咗兩邊啊？我話以前都係英文出中文裏邊噶嘛。咁而家佢整邊嗰時，咪要換過晒佢咯。
He knew they were going up today. He should have told me. Last time I saw these up there was 2 years ago.
Coming up, The writing's on the wall with more signs of trouble ahead for Steve.
Oh, for pity's sake.
The saga of the signs continues. Jerry's adamant that English letters should be facing outwards.
He didn't make it right. I thought he knew what I wanted. Remember, the English on the outside and the Chinese on the inside.
Come on, no.
Steve's having a really bad day.
Up a bit, please, Bob. Come on. Right. Hold it. Hang on, I've got nunchucks. Jerry's not going to like all these holes in his sign, but you won't see him. Won't see him from down there. Go on, say it again.
See, there's a side piece missing, as you might see it. Here.
Don't do that. No. No, don't do it that way. Push the top. Yeah. Okay, you bloody nuisance. It's come down again. Right. Missed. Bah! Oh, for pity's sake. It's him! It's not. Right, you better get a grip of it again, then.
This. Not square, is it? Go on. Anybody else notice? Everyone's a critic, aren't they? Go back to your desk. Go back to your paperwork. You'll shove the lot if you don't get it square on. You can't reach, that's why, can you? It's dropped. Oh. Route time. It's different to the other one. I never wanted to do this in the first place.
Inside, there's a small oasis of calm. Harry's brought over Mr. Poon from China. He used to carve ivory, but the elephant trait sickened him, so he took up carving vegetables instead. His skills means that even the simplest carrot is transformed. He's even adapted after losing his sight in one eye in a motorbike accident. Harry's persuaded him to come to Manchester for a little building project of his own. He's making a ginger mountain built entirely from ginger roots and carved vegetables. It will be the centerpiece of the opening celebrations.
This is for give our guests a surprise. Right? When they see this, they'll keep looking at it. Final thing is going to be magnificent. I don't think anybody ever built one like this in England.
This is made in China. Lacquer paneling made in China just arrived today. We're not ready to put them up yet, but we just want to unpack them, put them in position. This is the first time I've seen the finished product. There was no sample as such. Because I only saw a sketch when I was in China, and I left the whole thing to the artistic creation. I think it will look very classy.
It's nice. Very pleasantly surprised.
See?
Don't know how I'm going to fix it.
I think you're quite right that this has got...
It's nice.
What we were looking for was the classic and the contemporary together, and just achieved that perfectly well. And all the time, the theming of the restaurant is the classic, the combination of the classic and the contemporary, and the West and the East, all mixing together.
Hetty's wine started arriving. Meanwhile, upstairs, wine expert Roger Barlow is holding a crash course for the staff on the new stock, but Harry's more worried about his fridge deliveries.
Hello, Paul. Yeah?
The second question that you can ask is to get an idea of the style that people would normally drink at home.
Yesterday you say this morning, and now this morning you say today.
So you can say, do you like New World wines or do you like European wines?
Once more, I trust you, okay? And that's it. After this time, our relationship's broken, okay? Yeah, okay. Fridge. You know them fridge I ordered last Christmas. They're still not here yet. And now they have to get me a second-hand one for me to use first, and then to get a new one to put in.
Right. So, on that first page, if you just want to mark off the wines that really will be in the categories that you recommend, the Macon Viré Classé, Puy Fuissé, Chablis, and Chablis Premier Cru. And the second group, Muscadet Premier Cru de Château, Vouvray, Sancerre, and Puy Fumé. Everyone happy so far?
Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
It's all right.
So if you overchill the wine, you're going to take away some of the flavour. If you're spending 80 or 90 quid on a bottle of wine, you're spending it because the flavour is really, really good. And you don't want to suppress that. And so
it's more popular than white wine over there.
yeah, that's what, so just a little bit of chill to bring the acid out, but keep as much flavour as possible.
The pressure of the opening is also getting to the families. Life at home has been put on hold. Thankfully, Joanne, Jerry's wife, has help from her parents who live with them. Her sister's children are also staying, so she needs the extra hands.
Mum and Dad used to have a takeaway business, a very successful business in the Wirral. They sold it off sort of 10 years ago, and he sort of been retired for 10 years now. But he was helping at the old people's home, doing all the cooking for the old peoples for about 7, 8 years. Now they're looking after us. At least I don't have to, juggle with cooking as well. We always have a proper, Chinese meal or proper meal at home in the evening. So I don't have to rush home and sort of start cooking again. I help in the office. I help in the restaurant, I do lots of paperwork, and sort of very demanding job, really. But the children always say, I'm not a good mum because I don't pick them up from school. Isn't it, Soyi?
No.
It's dinner time at Harry's. Bonnie's helping her mother, Mandy.
Well, my mum does most of the cooking, but I do just a little bit of the cooking. But this year I've got lots and lots more homework to do. So I've done less. Gradually it gets less. She trained as a chef in Guangzhou in the Canton province in China, in the dim sum. Like she trained to be a dim sum chef, like for ages, absolutely ages. And she's really good at it actually. 佢想問你啦，你爹哋做廚師，你覺唔覺得你要好似佢咁好啊？
少少咯。
A little bit, sometimes, because my dad's got, quite high standards, and my mum likes to keep up with those standards, which I suppose is, so basically, she does feel under pressure sometimes.
Harry's still at work, cooking his last few meals at the temporary restaurant. It's closing tonight in preparation for the relocation back at the rebuilt Yeung around the corner.
I have a double feeling. One is sad that we have to leave it here, but I'm getting excited. Another way I'm getting excited because we move back. I'm worried that the construction is not finished yet. The constructing work is not finished. All the decorating is not finished. Even the kitchen partly is not finished. If we need to do 16, 17 hours a day, we've got to make it because we already sent all the invitation out for people to come to the 34 Princess Street. So we got to do it. And they have to do it with me together.
After cooking all day, Harry just wants to put his feet up and watch his beloved Manchester United on the telly.
I have a small family, but a big family man, because I'm a hard-working man, and I'm a hard-working father. And I put my children first. At the end of the day, I want them to be happy. The home cooking is all right, because when I go home, I don't want to do anything. Just lie there, watch the television, or watch the tape of Manchester United.
Can I have some water, Mum?
I had 3 last night.
Really?
Oh. You've got to learn something.
Ooh, is it French?
Who?
What can you say?
At the temporary restaurant, the staff are clearing up for the last time. They're shutting up shop to move back into the original restaurant, ready for the grand reopening just days away. It's the end of an era, but they hope the start of a bright future at the new restaurant. As the lights go out, all hopes are pinned on the final inspection by the magistrates. Next week, the pressure's on to put the finishing touches to the new restaurant. Will they or won't they get that all-important license in time to open their doors to the public again?
Officially. Unofficially.